Welcome back. It's time for us to finally head out and check on Bellguard Gate, but I'm just curious about this first. Oh, I like the kitty paw, but I don't like the colouring. It's like, I don't think we've got anything here, have we? Like, no. Right, so let's ride in the car and head over to Bellguard Gate. So right now we are doing the rounds, but we won't do the cutting like I did in the previous game because we're in Chapter 2. Things have changed. So, this is Bellguard Gate. That's right. The CGF unit stationed here is charged with guarding the border we share with the Empire. Don't you remember, Wesley? This is where the commander of the Guardian Force, Sonia Balls, operates from. Oh, her. Never met her myself, but I've heard she's a cool beauty in her own right. I won't deny she's a looker, but she's a hell of a lot scarier than she is sexy. The previous commander was discharged due to the scandal surrounding the cult incident. He sure as hell was. Zemuria was doing more work than him before that anyway, though. The old commander was a lazy bum that pushed all of his work onto his subordinates while he was whining and dining. The only reason I ever had to help the guys here with their rehab training was because of that jackass's corruption. He was in collusion with Revache and Hartman and had Gnosis prescribed to the unit here. It reminds me. Randy, how did that rehab training go anyway? Pretty smooth. The boys and girls here should be back in fighting form. No surprise there. The one leading it is a real hard-ass when she wants to be. They were all exhausted at the end. All this talk about the training reminds me. Heard Morale's getting a promotion. Morale? She's the warrant officer here, right? Yeah, looks like she's finally gonna get recognized for all her hard work up until now. Since we're here, let's go see her so I can tease her a bit. Shouldn't we be congratulating her? We should also visit Commander Balls while we're at it. The commander is likely in her office on the second floor. She may be busy preparing for the trade conference though. Alright, let's head up there. I wonder what the timing is on this. Like, cause it's like, yeah, the trade conference is coming up. So like, we're at class 7 right now. Cause it's like, how many days is it to the trade conference is what I'm wondering, because it's like they could be on the opposite side of the ravine. Or they could be on their way, or they could just be outside. But what I want to check first, if you're wondering why we're coming this way, is like, is there a chest around here? That's my question. Yes. Of course. Because what I'm thinking is, like, we're still missing number 5 for the story in the chest, so I'm just wondering if it's out here. I've heard that Arkanseal's new shadow puppet performer will make 1 to 2 billion mana, but I guess these are only projected figures. Oh my god. Like, that's a stretch on that one. It's like, where was it cutting me off? It was cutting me off at some point, so maybe... Ah, the chest contains a flyer for an underground hotel. No matter the hour, get a good night's rest with us. Geofront ZZZ sector. Alright. So where is number 5? Hello? Yawn? Getting sleepy. Good fish here, but someone else is using this spot right now. Yawn. Getting sleepy. Alright. It's clearly part of the Imperial fishing guild or club. Was it club? I can't remember which way around it is. Because it's like, because we went down here and like, did I just miss a chest or anything? It like doesn't feel like it. Because number 6 is right through there, so number 5 has to be before this. So the only thing I think of is that chest. Oh, hello. It's gonna be that one. Like, cause it's been bugging me. It's been like, where is it? Hit the damn thing. I would cut this out, but it's too funny. Like, just hit it. Number 5. There we go. Genevieve's father was a ruthless businessman who would do anything to make a profit. Even wed his only daughter to the son of an Erebonian viscount. To him, quite regrettably, in Cyril's humble opinion. Oh, Cyril. Cyril sneer. Right. Okay, we're caught up. I knew I had to either be missing one or it was one locked away. Because everything else was in order, so it didn't make sense. So we resolved that situation now. Right, back to what we were doing. This place is puny compared to the fortress. That's because our mighty empire is in a different league than tiny little Crossbell. Alright, screw you. Morale has been at an all-time high ever since Commander Balls was assigned to Bellguard Gate. With her support, our recovery from the drugs we took during the court incident went faster than I expected. Comparing Sonya and the old commander is like night and day. There aren't too many people who can keep up with her training, though. It's a real gut check. You're right about that. That just means I gotta buckle down. Especially since Yohim Gunter took control of my body during that cult incident. Still gets under your skin, huh? Keep up the good fight, Loggins. You're not in it alone. Yeah. As weeks and my body was taken over by Yohim Gunter during the cult incident. I'll bust my rear end to get stronger. Nothing like that is ever going to happen again. Good. Now go to Bellguard Gate. You'll need to be processed before you can cross the border to the Empire. Wait, is that you, Randy? Yeah, working hard or hardly working. You know me. By the way, we're meaning to thank you for the rehab training. Now I'm back in tip-top shape, thanks, old pal. Don't sweat it. I only participated because the new commander ordered me to. But if you want to go again, give me a call. We can make it a fun weekend trip with just us and the guys. I think I'll pass for now. We were all in bad shape after we took that drug during the court incident. It took our bodies to the limit and left us barely functional. Commander asked Randy to return and participate in our rehab training so we could get back to fighting form. We owe the SSS a lot for smacking some sense into us. Thanks, guys. No problem. Nothing from Noel? Oh, kinda disappointed. Our old commander was in cahoots with Hartman and Yohim Gunter. He was even an accessory to the court incident. After he got discharged, Deputy Commander Balls was the obvious pick for his replacement. So glad the CGF is finally being managed as it should be. Warrant Officer Morale used to have to handle all the duties of our crappy old commander. So glad the CGF is finally being managed as it should be. Damn right. I hear Prince Oliver will be attending the trade conference as the Emperor's representative. I can only assume His Majesty appointed him to assist the Blood and Iron Chancellor. If you pass through the gate, the Empire's fortress is just a stone's throw away. If you're planning to go there, do know that Imperial Customs checks are quite strict. If you go into the fortress, you should be careful. Oh, Stella, my darling, sweet Stella. Darling? Say, class, I heard you and Stella have been seeing each other, even if you're not going steady yet or whatever. Some progress is better than no progress, eh? I guess so. We are technically boyfriend and girlfriend. I sit here, Stella stands there, and I watch her while I eat. Every day is like a dream. The hell? How is that progress at all? My beloved and I are still taking things slow. Don't you dare try to seduce her, Randy. I'm begging you. He's hopeless. I have no doubt in my mind that His Excellency will leave the trade conference having secured favorable terms for the Empire. That is how it should be. Scott and I are working separately today. I'm taking care of a monster extermination request near here. Once the trade conference starts, the guild's going to be extremely busy. So before that happens, we're trying to take care of as many requests as we can. Fair enough. Welcome to Oh! It's just you, Randy. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be done with the work you had to do for the rehab training? That's right, but I dropped by to see your pretty face. And what makes you think I believe that? Besides, I don't think Class would take too kindly to you making a pass at me. Randy, that guardsman over there is staring daggers at you. Point taken. I'll try to keep the mojo under control. Anyway, if you're going to come in and bother me while I'm on my shift, the least you could do is order something. Make sure to eat a lot, just like you did back during training. May as well get one. Mountaineer meal. I'm what they call a military buff. Someone who knows and loves all things military. I already was before I started working at Bellguard Gate, but since I started this job, I've only become more passionate. If you want to be pedantic, the CGF isn't a military, but I still think it has its charms. I'm a military buff, so working at this gate gets me fired up. But to be pedantic, the CGF isn't a military, but I just think it still has its charms. May as well rest. No one in the beds. It's like, where to go first? Cook! Make it at home soups edition. Milk pottage. Oh dear, oh dear. Good to see you again, SSS. Oh, and if it isn't the idiot... I mean, how have you been, Randy? I heard that just now, Morale. You can't fool me, I know how you really feel. You've been feeling lonely ever since I went back to the SSS, haven't you? Don't you remember what you said when I walked out the door? Don't go, Randy! Stay with me forever! I said no such thing. Shut your stupid mouth, Randy. Like 2 peas in a pod. Good to see you're doing well, aren't you, Officer Morale? Speaking of which, Randy tells us you're in line to receive a promotion. Congratulations. Right. Honestly, I feel like I don't deserve it. I was the one who led the assault on the IBC during the court incident. That should have been a serious offense. Sure, but you were drugged and being manipulated. You're hardly liable for that night, right? I know, that's what my head tells me, but my heart still has regrets. It's not easy to forgive myself. Yeesh, why do you always gotta be so damn stubborn? You earned that promotion for basically running this place, and that old idiot of Commander was flaking out all the time, yeah? Just accept it. Commander wouldn't be offering it to you if she didn't think you earned it. You know, it'd be better if you were this supportive to her all the time, Randy. What are you talking about? Supportive is my middle name. How do you think I got this job? I know you're right, and I do plan to accept it. Thank you, Randy. Huh? What was that? Nothing. Forget it. Setting aside the topic of my promotion, border security has been heightened at the gates ahead of the trade conference. Watch yourselves around the travelers. Like, your head sprite jumped sides. It threw me off. Good to see you, Commander Barles. Same to you, Sergeant Major Zuka. I take it your assignment to the SSS is treating you well? It is. I'm learning a lot. So, this is the famed commander of the CGF, Miss Sonia Barles. To be able to run an organization like the Guardian Force, she must be quite the skilled woman. You can say that again. The SSS is in her debt for all of her help. Long time no see, Commander. Sorry for being late, but congratulations on your promotion. Paid no mind. Though now that you mention it, it has been a while since we last met. Considering the upcoming trade conference, it's no wonder why we haven't had a chance to meet. I imagine you're far busier than we are. Perhaps. I've been inspecting the area around the conference site nearly every day this month. Our goal is to expect the unexpected when the time comes. Can't blame you. Those foreign dignitaries are going to be arriving tomorrow. So if it's tomorrow, that gives us some insight into where Class 7 should be right now. Sorry we barged in on you, Commander. Maybe this wasn't the best time to visit. On the contrary, you are just the people I wanted to see. I have something I need to tell you all. You do? The other day, a certain group stopped by Bellguard Gate. They introduced themselves as the Red Constellation, the most powerful Jaeger corps in West Zemuria. What? They came here directly? I know you have a history with the Red Constellation, Orlando. But I wanted to speak to you about this personally. They say why we're here. No, and according to the guardsmen on duty, they didn't do anything especially suspicious. After they arrived, they stayed in the mess hall for a while. Then they met with an Imperial trader and left the gate together. And they met with a trader from Erebonia. Maybe it had something to do with that Crimson & Co. business. Right, the Shell Corporation used to finance the Red Constellation. That's the most likely conclusion. Though I've never thought they'd be so blatant as to operate in the open. CGF exists to protect Crossbell, yet they waltz right through our defenses without a second thought. Can't prove that they've done anything criminal in Crossbell yet. They may not be trying to act covert, but no direct evidence linking them to the incident at the deserted mine either. And they weren't a bunch of show-offs. They'd be running a fancy club. Thanks for the intel, Sonia. There's no need to thank me. I think it's safe to say the Red Constellation will require some special attention in our security planning for the trade conference. If you have to learn any more about them, please inform the CGF as well. Roger that. We'll remember. I am just my mind's thinking like, where would Class 7 be right now? Are they still split up into their two groups? Are they on the way to the fortress? Are they just arriving at the fortress? I don't know what the timing would be on this right now. I guess it depends, like, where the train is. When Reen looks at the train and sees Chancellor Osborne. It depends where that is, and then we could ascertain as where the timeline is at right now in regards to Cold Steel. I think it's safe to say the Red Constellation will require some special attention in our security planning for the trade conference. If you happen to learn anything, please inform the CGF as well. Very well. Boom. A message is engraved in the chest. Look, I'm trying to mess with Crossbell's politics, but I'm dummy thick, and the sound of my blood and iron rule keeps alerting the mayor. That's gonna get more and more dated, isn't it? That's the only issue with that. It's like, yeah. Look at the size of that canyon. You'd die if you fell in. What a rush. I guess. It is like Class 7 could be over there right now. I feel like it, again, it depends on where the train is. I feel like the train will be the significant marker. Which obviously it depends on like where the Chancellor is right now is really what I'm thinking. It's like, if he's here, they're likely to be on the other side right now. If he hasn't arrived, they're not. They're not over there, it's that simple. So it's like, depends where the train is. The closer we get to the start of the conference, the more responsibility we guardsmen have to take on. We have to protect not only Crossbell's leaders, but the dignitaries as well. Our border security needs to be perfect. It's so fascinating, because it's like... the stories were happening at the same time before, but it's like, they're so at the same point with what I know right now. Like, you gotta think from my perspective, when I started Cold Steel and stuff like that, that was my first experience with Trails. And that moment at the start of Cold Steel, which I don't want to say, I don't want to spoil and all that type of stuff, it's very much, that's happening either like tomorrow, a few days from now, or something like that. It's very close in terms of the timeline. So it's intriguing, it's fascinating, I'm excited, it's just, I want to see everything that happens on this side, and I can't wait. Ever since Commander Bold's arrived, everyone's been much more motivated to keep watch. Having a skilled superior officer is a blessing. We were never even close to being enthusiastic about work when the old commander was still around. Having a skilled superior officer is a blessing. Guess we get to start the conference, the more responsibility we guardsmen have to take on. To protect not only Crossbell leaders, but the terrorists as well, but security needs to be expect. Got burps and hiccups and all sorts of things going on right now. Alright, so that's us done on this side, isn't it? Yes, because there's the cook book. So, past this point is the Crossbell Guardian Force freight line. Unauthorized entry is strictly prohibited. Was that always there, or was there a car in the way previously? I feel like there was a car in the way. Right, so let's go check out the police academy. Although, is there anything there? May as well go there. Now, isn't this where I picked up that chest that I missed? It is, isn't it? Yes, yes. Well, that was worth it. Finally, those imprisoned here are charged with violating state law. It doesn't matter who they were before being arrested. They recently started housing the arrested mafia and Diet members that colluded with the cult. The former secretary to the mayor is also here. Once the court dates are set, they'll be tried under state law. Fair enough. I'd expect nothing else. Nah, that's not quite. It's that. Can I jump down? This takes me back to my days at the academy. I may as well while I'm here. Oh. Fine. Nothing likes my dumplings. Why do fish hate my dumplings? Salamander. Alright. I want to catch 3. Now I want to catch 3. Lloyd, get it. My head's itching. Another snow crab. Very well. I'm looking for Yuna. Is she here? No? Oh. Good day to you, SSS. Sergey's kept me up to date. Sounds like the new orbital car you guys got is really coming in handy. You could say that again. It's been a lifesaver helping us get work done outside of the city. Can imagine? Just make sure you all follow the traffic laws. As police officers, people hold you to even higher standards. And getting into an accident wouldn't reflect well on any of us. Yeah, Noel, better keep your eyes on the road. I would never cause an accident. I wouldn't worry about Noel speeding or doing something crazy. If anything, I could see her daydreaming behind the wheel and having a raunchy little fantasy about being alone with that car. Randy, not you too. Let's keep in mind we're still new to being car owners. There's a lot we have to learn. Never forget to follow the traffic laws when you're behind the wheel. As police officers, people hold you to even higher standards. Getting into an accident which would reflect well. Sod needles. Thanks a bunch. Feel free to give me any more peculiar dishes you cook up. I will do. Wait, are you the SSS? I've been your biggest fan ever since I read about the court incidents in the Crossbell Times. Kind of my dream to join the SSS someday. It's extremely flattering. Oh boy, who would want to work for a division like this? It's got really interesting taste, you know? I seem to recall you strong-arming the mayor for a letter of recommendation to join us. Anyway, graduates are assigned based on their aptitude, so it's not up to them. That said, if you were assigned to the SSS, we'd be happy to have you. Really? I'll try my hardest to make it there. Meeting you guys has got me fired up again. I don't know if I'll ever get to live out my dream of joining the SSS, but I'm going to keep working hard for it. Are we sure that's not Yuna, just with brown hair? Like maybe she dyed it? Like, it sounds like her. It sounds like her. The car, I want the car. Yush! Alright, where else do we want to check first? I do feel it's like I very much just wanted to find that chest, and it was like, well, while we're out here, we'll do Bellguard Gates. Let's go back to Crossbell and start doing the rounds. Like I said, no cutting, because new chapter, things have changed, there's flags up. And the flags are important, and why is my throat going dry? Probably need a drink, that's probably why. This looks good, right? A new decoration was added to Lloyd's room. Wow, it's a mini punching bag. That's a mini punching bag? Oh dear, Randy. Bim, 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 bim. Nothing? Oh. This is Tio's room. We shouldn't go in there right now. Like anything special with Mishishishishi. Now I do have some cat food. What's up, Copy? You doing good? I'm hungry. He looks sort of hungry to me. That's what he said. Oh, I want to try feeding him. Copy is happy to eat cat food or any fish we catch. Yeah, but do we have some? We should remember to feed him every morning. Hold on, I think I have some fresh balls with me right now. Sure, Copy would appreciate it. Give food! Cat food! Nya. And he's back. Funya. Fish fillet. Huh? Are you giving this to me? Thanks, Copper. I'd be happy to use it. I'm hungry. It's like, yeah. Don't even need to check that one. We did that one previously. Right, so is Zeit downstairs? No. It's stuck on a table. There he is. Grr. Hey there, Zeit. Appreciate the assist back at the mine. Thanks for having our backs. Yeah, woof. Okay, woof. Where's Sergey gone? I thought I'd expected to be in his office at least, you know. Still doing his work that he needs to get done, but in his office. Let's see about equipping Randy though. Been fewer firefights in the underworld ever since Revache got put behind bars. Almost feels ominous in itself though. Be nice if things could stay quiet. Maybe that's too much to wish for. Right, when I was getting some time to myself too. Give a guy a break, Helios. Don't let this peace and quiet end just yet. Ooh, good weapons for everyone. I should exchange stuff. Let's take that down quite a bit. This fire seems quite easy to come by, really. No, I do want that. Yes. Yes, I do. No. That I'm not so sure on. So I'll hold off on those. That depends what I find around the place. Maybe get given or something like that. You know, I'm going to check the train station. I'd heard Erebonian dignitaries will be coming to the Western Zemuria Trade Conference. There's no way a train fanatic like me can miss that. The Imperial government owns a private oil train that it uses for these kinds of occasions. Given who's coming, they'd have to be traveling to Crossbell on it. Oh boy, I just can't wait. It's just... the Erebonian flag there is really off-putting. The Imperial government owns a private orbital train that uses it for these kinds of occasions. I'm sure their VIPs, like Toa, will arrive on it tomorrow ahead of the unveiling ceremony. I can't wait. Right, so they're arriving tomorrow on the train, so now I have an idea of where Class 7 is. They've just split up. My husband seems to be enjoying himself, but I can't help but feel worried. After all, isn't Crossbell City known as the City of Sin? What a magnificent city. I'm getting more excited than I ever have been in my life. There are several detectives from the second... No. There are several detectives from the 2nd Division posted inside at the train station and airport right now. Not to mention all the precautions being taken elsewhere. Never seen security this type before. And there's Remiferia and... I don't know. Le Mans? I don't know what that is. It could be anything. This is Crossbell Station, but we don't have any business here right now. And obviously Calvard. Yeah. It's worth mentioning. I mentioned the others, didn't I? So, you know. Daddy said that he can't play with me for a long time. It's for his work, so I'll be a good girl. Since City Hall is moving operations to Orchis Tower, I'll be posted there for the time being. I'm going to be a very busy man. Just one set of dialogue. Now that we've started patrolling more areas as of today, there's been a sharp decline in illegal parking. If only people were like that all the time. Oh well, still a good thing, so I can't really complain too much, can I? Why only one set of dialogue? Oh, the trade conference is beginning tomorrow. Its sponsor, Mayor Croy, is simultaneously the Mayor of Crossbell and CEO of the IBC. He had to display his fine leadership skills at the conference. Seems strange. Patrols are scheduled to regularly take place until the end of the conference. I'll have to stay vigilant. That car, though. That car. I figured Salteo will take being demoted from chef harder than this. This is not what I was expecting. Salteo being out of the kitchen puts more of a burden on Braun's shoulders. This isn't gonna work out. What should I do? He should have thought it through a bit better. Whatever happened. I assume he loves his new job. Why did that annoying chef take my order today? Who let him out of the kitchen? Heusdorf told me to be a waiter for a little while. I don't know what he's planning, but this change of pace isn't so bad. I could stare at all the hot ladies I want. Heck, may even score a date or 3. Going on dates with your customers seems a little unethical, if you ask me. I prefer it if it didn't rudely gawk at me either. What to order? I could go for either of them. Do you hurry up and pick already, dear? I already know what I want. Let's order everything we can and deal with the consequences later. We're finally on vacation after all. I love it when my darling spoils me. Oh dear. Chaz. Heusdorf may have gone a little overboard. Didn't think he'd get Salteo out of the kitchen. Well, I suppose that's the only way to get through to him. But again, Salteo doesn't seem to be too upbeat about it. Does he understand the situation he's in right now? I'll be helping out in the kitchen in Salteo's place for a while. It's mostly just simple prep work and washing the dishes, though. There's barely any dialogue, which is unusual. It's off-putting and strange. Can I interact with the car? You know, I stand Arias hard, but, like, Mayor Croy is a contender for sure. I'd totally snatch him up if I could, but, like, he'd totally make for a great dad, too. Please adopt me, Daddy Dieter. Oh my god. Oh my god. Agreed, Mayor Croy is probably the ideal dad. Wish my dad looked more like him and wasn't all old and wrinkly. Oh dear, oh dear. We won't discuss that. No. I have another year of studying before I can take the entrance exam again. My family's been shooting some dirty looks at me lately. What am I going to do with my life? Ugh. Welcome to Legion's Foods, the best friend of every homemaker. I've got plenty of advice for the freshest ingredients to use for tonight's dinner. For example, you could make a delicious soup using our fresh herbs. They came in just this morning. Be careful though, if you stew bay leaves for too long, they'll turn bitter. It's essentially the same. Just looking at how many I've got, it's like these two, it's like... I do need these. Stock back up. I wonder what Scott is doing right now. Oh, sorry, just ignore me. I shouldn't be dragging my private life into work. Please ask me if you need any help. I'll do everything in my power to assist you. Several dignitaries from neighboring countries will be arriving for the trade conference tomorrow. Oh, they won't be visiting our store. I still can't help but feel a little nervous. The trade conference opens tomorrow. Representatives from Crossbell and nearby nations will all be gathering. It's sure to go down in history as one of the most important events of this decade. I've been on pins and needles waiting to see how it will all unfold. Me and you both, mate. Freaking years I've been waiting for this. Did you know Arkanseal's Golden Sun Silver Moon is having an encore performance? They're keeping the changes a secret, but I've heard they're making a bold new addition. I'd never believe it, but guess what? I've got 2 tickets for the opening night. No fooling. Good for you, my man. Who's the lucky lady joining you? Don't ask. Anyway, I still have a month. I'll figure it out by then. Lucky enough to be able to get 2 tickets to the opening night of Arkanseal's encore show. Hardest part is finding someone to go with me. Crossbell times number 2. Alright. Bum bum ba bum. Must be tough to be a fashion designer. Knows how to figure out new ways to reel in suckers like my mum. Oh dear. You know what? I think fashion designers must be amazing. They're always trying to find new ways to captivate savvy customers like me. Oh dear. Like, how is this kid so smart? Handsome was my rival back when he sold clothes. We're also good friends and helped improve each other's fashion senses. I like shoes too, but I'm glad I didn't specialize in them the way he did. Oh, hello. This department store kind of blows. Isn't this a trade city? Yeah, I hardly have anything that matches my outfit. It's mostly a bunch of stuff for commoners. What were you expecting? Yeah, whatever, let's just pick up some snacks to go with our drinks. These must be those cocky brats you guys mentioned. Honestly, must they hang out here too? Let's pretend we don't see them. Yeah, let's go to the Opal store later. Might as well tune the car up while we're out here. Huh? Aren't you guys the police's spatial abort station or whatever? Get lost, don't talk to us like you know us. Man, we're on a trip, so shouldn't we be doing something more exciting? We should hit up that one club in the back alley. Hey guys, is it just me or is work hell right now? It's not that bad, is it? I think we're handling it just fine. I take it you were stationed here at the department store. Not just times, I'm in charge of all the business in Central Square. Fortunately for me, there's plenty of hotties, so I'm surviving. Plenty of what? He's a bit of a sleazeball, isn't he? As long as it's keeping him on the ball, I don't see the problem. You would say that, though. Being on security makes my shoulders stiff. Luckily, all that stiffness goes somewhere else when a pretty lady walks by. Ow! I've seen 31 already. I've seen 31 already today, and it's not even lunchtime. Who knows what the final count will be? 32. Many of the customers that visit are such kind-hearted people. They're far better than the Erebonia nobles I used to cater for. Fair enough. Fair enough. I've got a mishy hat. I mean, that's like straight away. I'll come back at some point and get those because it's like, well, that's better. So that conference's opening ceremony is tomorrow, isn't it? Mayor Croy shocked me when he first announced it. Still in disbelief that it's happening. I'm having a hard time believing the trade conference is real. Imagine he was only able to organize it because he doubles as the IBC's CEO. All part of his plan. Crossbell is full of excitement. Could come here a million times and never get bored of it. Crossbell seems like such a nice place thus far. Tomorrow is Orcus Tower's unveiling ceremony. You can tell this trip's going to be exciting. Prada's been trying to goad me into selling clothes like I used to. Selling shoes is satisfying enough for me. It's a more nuanced market than you would expect. I suppose you could say I put my soul into selling shoes. Fashion is a complex business and footwear is no different. I suppose you could say I put my soul into selling shoes. Yes, I suppose you do. Ooh. I need to get more money because I need to sort that stuff out, but I want to check the quartz situation before I do, really. I need to be like Pearl and find myself a reliable man. Oops, I didn't mean to overwater you, my little baby. I'm sorry. Drink up so you grow big and strong, okay? Oh, baby talk, eh? Scores a ton of points in my book. Oh, Randy. That's not a book I ever want to read. I'm sorry, drink up so you get big and strong, okay? Hey kids, spot anything out of the ordinary today? Nothing in particular thus far. Keeping watch from here, Inspector. Yeah, it's a good place to keep an eye on things and coordinate with the rest of the division. Things have been all green up here for now. Back to work, kids. Good luck out there. Thanks. Same to you. Like idiots that this isn't as crowded as the anniversary festival always is. Who knows how packed it'll be for the unveiling ceremony tomorrow, though. Indeed, probably have to do the rounds again. How do they plan on removing the cover? If they expect the entire city to pull it down from the bottom? Wonder what it's like under that huge curtain. I'm really excited to find out during the unveiling ceremony. Wow, I can see green everywhere! So green and Crossbell too. My granddaughter doesn't know much about the world outside the city. I should bring her with me to America next time I visit. Yes, I think she'd like it. Bum, 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 bum. Who wants a balloon? Have all kinds of colors, red, blue, yellow, green, you name it. Who wants a balloon? The trade conference starts tomorrow, but the city is already getting hectic. For the first time ever, a police officer stopped me for questioning earlier. It was an entirely new experience for me, but I thought he was rather rude. I can't believe I had to say I was on an errand from my parents out loud at my age. Oh dear. Isn't my girl Chaka a real beauty? That's exactly why I'm worried about sleazy men hitting on her. Randy. Can I help you with anything? Are you looking for an orbital vacuum, perhaps? Allow me to recommend the Verne Company's latest model. Its 3 interchangeable heads means that you can clean any surface. Some might call this the height of orbital convenience. The manager here seems better informed about his products now. I understand he's enthusiastic, but I'm starting to get annoyed. Don't need an explanation of every little product in the store. Photo quartz. All these newest models have a different capacity. Maybe we can get by with only 2 or 3. Came to stock up on photo quartz for tomorrow's unveiling ceremony. As luck would have it, they're sold out. Now I'm in a bind. Welcome to Gentin. We now sell orbital car parts in different color schemes. You know you want them. I know I do, that's the problem. Wait, what's the HP charge? Oh! What? Bars that allow for easier... Like, how would that improve? Like, how is this gonna help us in the long run? I'm just wondering if it's gonna be a bit like Mass Effect 2, where it's like, yeah, like the final mission depends on how well you've upgraded the ship. Would it be here where it's like, yeah, the final chapter, it depends on how well you've upgraded the car? Entirely possible. Doesn't my dad ever get tired of coming here to bother me? No matter how much I complain, he won't stop, so I've decided to ignore him. Maybe I've been going too easy on him. Oh dear. The trade conference, eh? Exciting times ahead. I bet the Liberalians are going to fly in on the Arcee. Arcee? Oh, is that the high-speed airship that's famous down there? Exactly, it's decked out with all the latest ZCF tech. She's a masterpiece. The airship to end all airships. Well... I'm going to drop whatever it is I'm doing tomorrow morning to get a photo of it. I get you're excited, but everything in moderation, right, Wendy? How about no? Hey! Get dunked on. Nothing sweeter than brutal rejection, is there? Oh dear, Randy. Oh boy. I bet the Libellians are going to be flying in the RCA tomorrow. Wait, that felt new. I'm going to drop whatever it is I'm doing to get a picture when it flies overhead. Is the RCA actually going to be here? Because that would be pretty cool. That would be cool to see it again. Oh yes, we've got quite a few new things going on here that I will have to get, which means I'm probably going to go and farm some Sepith at some point. You'll know when, because it'll suddenly be like, why have you got everything upgraded? Why is everything... You know how it is. For me. And this store is amazing! Girls working the counter are even more eye-catching than the gadgets. That engineer is cute, but the sales girl is more my type.